Hey guys, it is me, Lee, with MicrowaveMoney.com, coming at you once again with another great video in the 30 videos in 30 days for the Come Up Entrepreneur series. If you've been tuned in, you know this series is presented by MicrowaveMoney.com, and it is intended to introduce myself, Lee, to any potential students to the course Write Plan Quick Launch, which is a copywriting course for beginners that will be officially launching on April 1st, 2015. Excitement, yay! I will talk more about that later in the video, but right now I'm gonna get right into the content, and that is frustrations. Now, I don't know that I'll be able to articulate myself fully or succinctly in this video, because frustration is something that we all experience in our everyday lives. And a lot of us, most of us, are taught that there are inappropriate ways and appropriate ways to vent your frustrations. So anger is not an emotion that most people are allowed to express openly. If you express your anger openly, then people look at you, and to a certain extent they judge you in a negative manner. It's not any different in business. And in business, you have to deal with a lot of different people. You're not just dealing with the people you choose to a certain extent, especially when you're starting out and you don't know how to hire your clients and your customers, right? Like, sometimes you get like the client from hell and you just don't know how to deal with it. And the first inclination is sometimes to feel like there's something deficient in you as a business owner. And that might be true. You probably do have some deficiencies, but there are probably more deficiencies in that client than there are in you. And there's just no way to really tell what the real disconnect is until you get better at hiring your clients, finding out who you work best with, what you're willing to put up with, and how you're able to put in systems that kind of prevent clients from taking advantage of you as an individual. I think I'm going to talk about that in another video, but I'm not sure. In business, you have to learn how to separate you from your business. You are a human being. Your business is not. Your business does not get headaches. Your business does not get sick. Your business cannot call out. If you present your business one way, you really should do everything in your power to make sure that your business keeps its word. That means that you might need to have a friend or a spouse or an employee, even in the beginning phase, somebody you can contract work out to make sure that your deadlines are met regardless of what the hell is going on in your business, in your life, because your business is not you. You are not your business. And a lot of people who present themselves as their business, whose face is their business, encounter a lot of struggles in their business. And if that's what you want, if you want to be the face of your business, go ahead and do it. By all means, embark upon that journey. It's exciting, I guess, for some people, but at some point you're gonna want to own your life. You're going to want to do with your time exactly what you want to do with your time, when you want to do it with your time, and being your business will not allow that. That's just simply what it is. And that's not a judgment that's not an evaluation of that type of business. They work. People are successful in them, but long term it's not really sustainable. I didn't mean to get off on that tangent, because this video is really about the frustrations that new business owners or aspiring business owners don't really take into account when they are starting their business. And one of the greatest things that is kind of overlooked is frustrations and how you will feel frustrations in your business. And a lot of times, if you are a lonely entrepreneur, you're not going to have a support system to complain to. And even if you have a support system, they won't always understand, because a lot of times they themselves are working in traditional jobs where they only have to deal with what a quote-unquote boss is telling them to do, when to do it, how to do it, and evaluating them on a metric that they have no control over. Whereas as a business owner, you have to constantly evaluate yourself, and then your customers evaluate you as well. So when you're an entrepreneur and you're taking on clients and customers, and mostly for people who are service-based and to a certain extent product-based businesses as well, but product-based businesses are easier to maintain and sustain from as far as like it's easier to minimize frustrations in product-based businesses than it is to minimize frustrations in service-based businesses, because if you're a service-based business, you interact with your clients and your customers more intimately than you do when you are selling them a product and they just take it and do what they want to do. And a part of what I'm talking about is the basis of this course. Being able to impart information that people can consume at their own pace without piling on their frustrations or their desires or their questions on me all at once is something that I want and have wanted in my own business. So you have frustrations in your business because you have frustrations as a human being, right? And in your business, you don't ever want to vent your frustrations in front of clients and customers. And I'm saying something very, very profound here. On your Twitter, on your Facebook, on your Pinterest, on your Instagram, on YouTube, you don't ever want to complain about the struggles of business, because honestly, owning your own business, operating your own business is a privilege that most people who patronize your business will never know, will never understand. And what they want from you is to do what the hell you said you could do when you took their money or you asked for their money, right? That's it. They don't want to know that you had to wake up at 3 a.m. this morning and you didn't go to bed until 1 a.m. That's the cost of being the boss. And you want to be very cautious about making those kind of comments about your frustrations in front of other people. You also don't want to complain about your competition to other people, to your customers or potential customers, because it really is an indictment against you that you feel like you're too good to have competition, or you feel like your competition is doing something unfair. Nobody cares about the unfairness of business. Nobody. Like, not customers anyway. Other business owners, yeah, these are like internal things that you deal with, and you have to, and I'm getting to the point of where you should vent your frustrations. No one is telling you don't get frustrated. Actually, venting frustration is going to keep you sane in your business more than you'll ever know. What you have to do is find a private place. Facebook is really good about having groups where you can kind of vent about frustration. If you want to, you can find a great Facebook group where you can kind of vent about the frustrations of being a business owner, because Facebook groups are really good about populating like minds, people who have the same interests. So people in Facebook groups might be able to understand where you're coming from better. And even then, I'd be very, very careful about vocalizing frustrations to the whole group. You might want to find a couple of people in the group who comment or leave posts that kind of intrigue you and somebody you think you can connect with on a different level. And you might want to get to know them and just, talk about what they go through in their business. And then at some point, they might be a person or a resource for you to vent to. You can also vent to your significant other or your spouse, but I would not necessarily recommend that because it can be taxing on that personal relationship. Even though you should feel comfortable venting to your significant other, but if they're not a part of your business, if they are not a business partner or an employee in your business, listening to you complain about what you're experiencing as a business owner can get old very quickly. And I'm speaking from both sides of that conversation. Another thing that, or another resource for venting frustrations is a mentor. If you don't have a mentor and you want to be an entrepreneur, or you don't have a mentor and you say you're an entrepreneur, you got to get a mentor. Like, those mentors make the difference between good business owners and shoddy business owners, in my opinion, because what a mentor says is not the gospel, but it is gospel. And a part of choosing the right mentor is getting to know them, getting to communicate with them. So I'm not saying go choose the first person that says, oh, I can be your mentor. Get to know somebody who can impart to you some great business wisdom. Listen to what they say, listen to them as they share their experiences with you, and ask them questions about their business and ask them questions about your business. And when you experience frustrations, express those frustrations to them and listen to what they have to say. I'm not saying that nothing that anybody tells you is necessarily something that you have to listen to, but seeking counsel in people who are experienced where you want to be experienced is good business sense. It's just something that you want to do, and you want to do as soon as possible. Now, please don't ask me where to find a mentor. If you ask me where to find a mentor, I'm going to say ha 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 in your face, because finding a mentor is a very personal endeavor. I can't tell you where to find a mentor if I don't know who you are, where you've been, what you've been through, and where you want to go. I don't know you to say that I could be your mentor if that is something that you're interested in, but who knows? I'm just saying, don't be lazy. There are thousands of people who just want to impart their business wisdom to other up-and-coming business people. You have to find one that is suitable for you. And yeah, I think that's really all there is to the frustration conversation. You're gonna get frustrated. Business is not a cakewalk. Like, there are a lot of things that you cannot prepare for when you are starting a business, and one of them is the different personalities of customers, people who are paying you for a service. Like, yes, you can. It's one thing to create a menu of services for people, someone to express interest in that service. And when you're starting out, any money seems to be good money. But you'll learn, all money is not good money when it comes to sanity and your health, because there are some people who are just too demanding for what you charge. Now, the key to dealing with or kind of minimizing the too demanding people is to charge higher prices. But in order to charge higher prices, you have to prove yourself to be the business person that you say you are. So it all works together, the cycle of business. Your product is going to determine what kind of clients you have to deal with. The price of your product is going to determine what kind of clients you're going to have to deal with. And when I say product, I mean product and service conjointly. They are the same thing. They kind of require different time commitment when it comes to from business to consumer. But a product is just when you're creating a product, a lot of time goes into the creation of the product versus getting the product to the consumer. And when it's a service-based business, there's less time preparing on the back end before you get to the customer, because your interaction with the customer is going to be customer dependent. So with that being said, if you have any frustrations in your business, please, I'm imploring you, please, do not get on Facebook venting your frustrations about your business in the line of vision of people who could potentially patronize your business. Don't do it on Twitter. Don't go off the handle on a customer on Twitter when your tweets are saved forever in the Library of Congress. People can search those things. Even when you delete tweets, people can go back and find them. Just don't do it. Be frustrated. Vent your frustrations by all means, but be very cautious about when, where, and how you vent your frustrations. You know, that's all I can really say about that. I don't really want to tell people's businesses, or you can do your research and figure out how social media has gotten businesses in trouble. And I'm talking about especially people who are their business, like personalities whose business is largely dependent on people seeing what they tweet. Okay, so with that being said, are you in business yet? Have you started your business? Where are you in the business building process? Have you experienced some frustrations that you had not been prepared for prior to experiencing them? And how did you deal with it? I would like to get your perspective on this. This is something that I talk about with a lot of my entrepreneur friends, and it's something that some of my clients experience as well as they're developing their businesses, which is very different from a brand. And I'm not going to talk about branding in these videos. I don't think I'm planned for talking about branding. But guys, I'm going to give you a bit of wisdom. If you don't have a business, you have no need for a brand. So if you have not been building a business, you cannot build a brand before you build a business. It's just not possible. I'm really speaking to somebody out there that might be spending a lot of time on branding, what colors they're going to have, their logo, and a website name, and just different things that don't constitute a business. Have not thought of the first piece of copy to actually introduce themselves to the people that they want to attract. And that's a recipe for disaster, disappointment, failure, frustration, all the bad things you can think about experiencing at one time. That's what building a brand before you build your business is a recipe for. So with that, this has been a very weird video to me. I don't know how this is going to be received, but I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. Business is not easy. It's fun sometimes, but it's not fun all the time. It can be like a toddler in experiencing the terrible twos. You just don't know what to expect on any given moment, especially if your business is largely service-based. You just have to be very, very cognizant and cautious about everything. If you can't tell, I'm speaking from experience at this point. But okay. So with that, go ahead again, like, subscribe, comment, share. If you're interested in finding out more about the Right Plan Quick Launch course, go ahead and check out that link in the description box below. Also, check out my book, Everything You Need to Know to Start Your Business Today, in the description box below. There's some really great discounts. I am not going to say the discounts on the video because I would like to have these videos relevant for a really, really long time. So with that, I completely appreciate your time today. And I will see you in the next video, and I hope you are doing well. Peace.